I'm Coach Davis, and I'd like to welcome you to Kerr High School's first Global Speaks, the People Speaks Global Debates. Today we have been researching for the past couple of months on alternative energies and climate change, and today we'll begin the first of our debates.
We have to endure hard times without any escape. Allen also said coastal areas such as the Netherlands, New York, and the west coast of North America could become inhabitable, while most island nations could become completely submerged. Lowland like Bangladesh could be completely swamped, while flooding would become the rule along coastline. Mega droughts could destroy the world's breadbasket. The Dust Bowl could return America's Mid-East. Famine and drought would result in a major drop in the planet's ability to sustain the present human population. Access to water would become a major battleground. Hundreds of millions could die due to the result of famine and resource wars. More than 400 million people in subtropical regions would be put at grave risk. There would be mass migration of climate refugees, particularly in southern Europe and North America. Nuclear armed proliferation, to conjunction with resource war, would very well lead to nuclear wars. Over the years, the production tax credit has given people the incentives to build utility-scale the present human population. Access to water could become a major battleground. Hundreds of millions could die due to the result of famine and resource war. More than 400 million people in subtropical regions would be put at grave risk. There could be mass migration of climate refugees, particularly in southern Europe and North America. Nuclear armed proliferation, to conjunction with research war, could very well lead to nuclear wars. Over the years, the production tax credit has given people the incentives to build utility-scale wind turbines. The purpose of the PTC is to provide an income tax credit of 2.1 cents per kilowatt hour for the production of electricity. Because PTC is temporary, the lapses have caused the annual capacity to dramatically decrease. American Wind Energy Association announced that there has been 73 to 93% drop in wind energy installation in years that follow the PTC's expiration. Though the production tax credit currently exists, it's still going to expire on 2009. If it does, investment projects will not be completed, thousands will lose their jobs, and the wind power production will decrease. Fossil fuels emit carbon dioxide into the air, which then increase the temperature of Earth's atmosphere.
Nothing but put many people in starvation. Starved of carbon dioxide, the crop yields in the world would suffer, and the minimum increase 30% will not be met, and the world will be either a food crisis or eternal malnutrition. The passing of alternative energy will perpetuate this outcome and destroys life as we know it. In addition, by adopting alternative energy and reducing carbon dioxide emissions, we will do nothing but cause an ice age. The Earth has seasons of warmth or an interglacial every 100,000 years or so, which lasts for about 10,000 years. For the other 90,000 years, the Earth would be flung into an ice age. Now, this may be simple and seem completely irrelevant, and it would be if we were not overdue for an ice age. The ice age was expected to happen, and it would even if we did not have the carbon dioxide content that we have today. Carbon dioxide is one of the only things tethering the Earth into the brink of warmth. Without it, temperature will quickly drop, as there is nothing to hold the sun's warmth, and the world would be flung into an ice age.
So in order to obtain this ice age, we must completely shift from CO2, is that right?
Yeah. Do you agree with us that global warming causes the warming of the Earth?
Yes. So who is obliviated in this situation?
Can you explain that?
In your speech, you stated that by adopting alternative energy, some form of group would be obliviated.
Everybody.
Everyone?
Yeah. Do you think that the lives of millions of people outweighs the few jobs lost?
Yes. Okay, so if everyone in the past, how come we have yet to see this part?
Because, if we go with your plan, then the CO2 emission, because like you said, the CO2 emissions will continue to rise, right? So then if it continues to rise, then that means that which is good for the environment. And you said that you don't want any more CO2, which is bad, which is the plants need the CO2 in order to survive, so we need it to live. Would windmill, if any way, give the Earth the needed for CO2 amounts needed?
Excuse me, can you paraphrase?
It's saying that would windmill reduce all the CO2 on Earth, and saying that what if we need CO2, would it give us CO2?
No, what it would do, it would reduce the level of CO2 and thus mitigate the impacts of global warming.
The focus of this rebuttal is going to focus on the affirmative case and then the negative case. On the affirmative case, nothing in their last speech attacked the affirmative case, and there are several things that we ought to realize. First, remember the analysis that we read from the Jane analysis. The Jane analysis says that in the status quo right now, if we continue to allow global warming to affect the planet, then eventually countries will start to have resource wars, and countries will cease to exist because of the melting of the glaciers and other problems that will result. Because of this, any problems that they can say that will happen if we don't have carbon dioxide